right, everybody, welcome back. It is mock draft season. Let me tell you, this is being recorded on Monday, so kind of mock draft money. Just watched the Seahawks absolutely stun. I mean, Drew Lock, that throw to JSN, and then the pick by Julian Love was absurd. So this is being recorded right after this or that game, and we're gonna get a little bit crazy with this one. I'm not going to lie. Who goes at the top and who goes in the second round is who will be what we will be figuring out today. Just some names to look out for. Some names might even sneak into the first round by the time we're done with all the bowl process and everything, but let's get into it. At pick number 1, what do we do here? I think most Bears fans know what we do here. Maybe the last couple weeks are starting to sway some fans back towards in favor of Fields and getting maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. or Olu Fashanu, Malik Neighbors, Alt. But I think it has to be Caleb Williams. He's just the best player, best quarterback. He improvises unlike anyone else I think we've ever seen come out of college. It is truly a talent, and it is a beautiful thing to watch him on the field. And I mean, no one can tell you that Justin Fields is actually better than Caleb Williams at this point, or even coming out. And the upside for Caleb Williams is also extremely, extremely high. There might not even be a ceiling for this kid if he reaches his true potential. But pick number 2, Patriots have been looking like they're going to head the same way. Drake May sitting here at 2. Probably a fan favorite if it isn't going to be Caleb Williams. But there's also this kid named Jaden Daniels sitting down here from old Baton Rouge. Louisiana State University, LSU, back-to-back Heismans are going to go 1-2 here. And just hear me out. I told you we were going to get crazy. So if you think about it, who are the last, let's say 5 or so, maybe 4 Heisman winners that are quarterbacks? Where did they go? So Caleb Williams we're expecting to go 1. He was last year's. Jaden Daniels here going 2. He was this year's. But past that, you think Bryce Young, number 1. Joe Burrow went number 1. Kyler Murray, he won the Heisman. Following draft, he goes number 1. Even with all the height issues and everything that was leading up to that. Baker Mayfield won the Heisman. He went number 1 overall. He also had his own kind of height issues and everything leading up to the draft. As you can hear my AC now for some reason going, or heat or whatever it is. Why shouldn't Jaden Daniels maybe even go number 1? We have the past 2 Heisman winners, both quarterbacks, in this draft. That is very, unique in itself. So, Jaden Daniels, I'm going number 2 here. His stock is up more than anyone's, so not only because of his Heisman, that certainly helps, but also the fact his years for ASU, he transfers. Last year was up and down. This year, you saw him make the improvements. He got coached up. He listened, he developed, he improved, and the product was one of the best, if not the best, college season by a quarterback ever. It was very fun to watch. He beat Joe Burrow, who went number 1 overall, all of his stats at the same school. So, anyway, that was a very elongated talk for really not a lot of reason, because Jaden Daniels should be in this conversation and is for a lot of people. But then this leaves the Cardinals in an interesting situation. I'm not doing trades. I don't have PFF, so I can't even do that. Anyways, number 3, Cardinals, they're going to Marvin Harrison Jr. makes that offense 10 times better by himself alone. Washington Commanders, they have another North Carolina quarterback on their squad right now in Sam Howell, who has a very gunslinger mentality. He got benched this last week for Brissett. Brissett outplayed him. He's just very inconsistent, Howell is. He definitely has the arm strength to be an NFL quarterback. He's a very talented, player. But Drake May is also very talented and way more, prototypical, let's say. Better arm. Probably a better decision maker, definitely. than Howell, but they also need O-line help. But from everything that we've heard, Rivera should be gone. I think the new coach is going to want to get his own guy, and Drake May should be that guy if he's sitting there at 4. That's a steal for a guy who considerably is the number 1 player on some teams' boards. Pick number 5 here for the Los Angeles Chargers, who have dropped off the deep end. Brandon Staley is finally gone. And they're going to start to rebuild this thing the right way. As we know, Gerald Everett is to be gone after this season. Keenan Allen's getting older. They need some help in the skill positions for the long run. Mike Williams can't stay healthy. I think Brock Bowers is a really good pick here. Not only is he probably the best tight end prospect we've seen maybe ever, he can also block. And he's not a Kyle Pitts athletic, but he is very athletic in his own right, and he dominates when he's out there. He truly is a difference maker and would help Justin Herbert out a lot as a safety blanket and a guy that can even catch and run. Like, he is that athletic. Pick number 6, Bears' second pick here, and Malik Neighbors looking really fresh sitting there here at pick number 6. I am not going to lie. I just don't know if I can pass up Olu Fashanu and just secure the 2 tackle spots for the future, because Braxton Jones is probably not the future for them. And let's actually check his contract. Okay, so Braxton Jones, you could try and move him into guard, or he becomes your swing tackle if you go Fashanu. I think it's going to be really hard to pass up Fashanu here with this, because he was a 5th round pick. He is still only 24, so you might be able to move him inside without being too detrimental to his career, I guess, like learning that new position, because it definitely is easier said than done to move from tackle to guard. I think this receiving class is so good that you can get a playmaker and a difference maker in the 2nd round. So I'm going to go with Fashanu here and lock down this Bears O-line for the future, which hurts the New York Jets here at pick number 7. They wish he fell, but I think they'd be fine with old Joe Alt as well. He's a pretty damn good player out of Notre Dame, and wouldn't be surprised, actually, if that ends up being the pick for the Jets, because I can only see them moving up the draft board at the end of this season. Things aren't looking too good over there in New Jersey for either of these teams, as my team, the New York Giants, now up at pick 8. And what do? We do need receiver. We probably need a quarterback. In my opinion, we do need a quarterback, but at 8, you're not going to get that unless you trade up. We could use extra edge depth, could use offensive line depth, but I don't know if you go Latham here and take a swing at another tackle or just sign one in the offseason. And you don't know now if, say, the Giants go after a T. Higgins or a Michael Pittman or something like that. So, could also go DB. I believe Adoree Jackson is probably leaving this team, so we got to bring in someone. All the corners are available to us. McKinstry, Wiggins, Cooper DeJean, Terran Arnold, all really good players. Lassiter, Quinion Mitchell, maybe guys that won't go as high as these top 4. Kool-Aid makes a pretty good case. I said it with the last pick. This receiving class is so good, but is there someone better than Malik Neighbors here? I mean, this kid just had a Biletnikoff type year. I think we're going to go Malik Neighbors and get a true difference maker on the outside. Someone who can play inside as well. He can play in the damn backfield if you want him. He is explosive as they come. He will probably blow up the combine. I mean, he is an athlete for sure. As we go to pick number 9 here for the Tennessee Titans. And I know I said it on the last pick, but J.C. Latham is going to be the pick here. I think, it just makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, they got Skoronski last year. They got a lot of young guys on that offensive line, but they need to fix it up badly because Will Levis, I don't know if he's good or not. I haven't seen any reports, but he got turned into a goddamn pretzel that was sold in the streets of New York City. I mean, get that man some help. Pick number 10, the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is another team that could go quarterback. Do you go that high on Bo Nix or Penix? Or is it J.J. McCarthy that goes here? I don't know. I think this defense has a lot of holes. The edge class is so good. You have all of the edge talent here that you could want. Literally every single one of them. Latu, uber athlete. Same with Chop Robinson. Verse, probably the best power edge rusher in the class. Turner, really, probably the best overall edge when it comes to playing the run and the pass. He's also very twitchy. So it's kind of, what do you want? And you can even go corner. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Nate Wiggins, both options. You can go on the interior with Johnny Newton. But I think I'm going to go Kool-Aid McKinstry here. They just have no depth on the outside at that corner position. And it was between him or Nate Wiggins. I mean, pick your poison, like, seriously. Or not pick your poison, but, like, either way you go with McKinstry or Nate Wiggins, you're going to have a really good player. So, went McKinstry, deal with it. As we go to pick 11 here, and this is just too easy for me. This is going to be an edge rusher. Maybe some people want it to be a quarterback, but the Falcons need to get pressure. And I think Chop Robinson, they have a Ebiketie there. Chop Robinson feels like he makes a lot of sense in that defense. We're going to go Chop Robinson at pick 11. First edge off the board. He is not my top edge, but I just think he fits that Falcons defense a little better than the other guys. He definitely could be edge one on anyone's board. I mean, he is that good. The top 4 edges are all that good. I have Verse, Latu, and Turner, kind of the top 3, and then it's Chop. So weird for me to go with him that early, but he is definitely that good to go that early. Another team that could go D-line is the Saints here at pick number 12. They can also go to the offensive side, though. I cannot imagine they bring back Michael Thomas for another year. That dude is a head case. He gets injured. I genuinely don't know if he even has an NFL job next year. I'm sure he will, but that was a bit of an overstatement. I like Rome Odunze to pair up with Chris Olave. Olave's got that deep threat ability, but so does Odunze. They both have route running ability. Olave probably plays in the slot a little more. That's a scary, scary wide receiver duo for years to come down in New Orleans. Pick 13, the Seattle Seahawks, who I imagine will move up. This is, I don't believe, updated because they should be above, I believe, the Rams. Actually, no, I think the Rams are 7-7 too. So never mind. This might be where they're slotted in at right now. They could definitely go edge or interior. Leonard Williams is not the long-term answer there. And I actually kind of like that. Johnny Newton to the Seahawks, fill in the interior of that defensive line with a mammoth of a human being. Pick number 14. I've been doing this a lot. I just think it makes sense. Freak athleticism for the position. Leatu Latu, keep him in LA, in Southern California, and let him do his thing on the outside of Aaron Donald. Pick number 15, I think another edge might be going here. And I'm going to probably go with Dallas Turner here. Like I said, probably most people's edge one, even best defensive player in this draft for some people. Falls here, but that's what happens in the draft. So don't get too mad at me. But he definitely is the best at playing the run and the pass. I mean, he's put it on display in film. I don't really need to talk. His highlights in film do it for him. Pick number 16, Denver Broncos. From everything that I've seen, Jerry Jeudy might be gone. They could use some edge help. Jared Verse is still here. Tez Walker, number 22 for PFF. That's crazy. He is a good receiver, but I don't know if he's above some of these other guys. Could go receiver here for the Broncos. Brian Thomas, is it too early? Troy Franklin, probably. Keon Coleman. This wide receiver class is so good, dude. I'm going to go edge, though. Or even corner. Nate Wiggins still sitting here. No. Yeah, I'm going to go Jared Verse. I think it's a bigger need. You still got Pat Surtain out there at corner, and you can basically just put anyone else across from him, and they'll probably be just fine with Justin Simmons behind him. Pick number 17, this is going to be Nate Wiggins. Trey White can't stay healthy, unfortunately. He's such a good player, and I love watching him, but he can't stay healthy. They've had secondary issues for I don't know how long. It needs to be addressed, and yeah, Nate Wiggins, easy pick there at 17 for me. Pick number 18, we were just talking about receivers, and T. Higgins is probably gone. What if you went and got Brian Thomas? I believe 6'3", 6'4" is what he's listed at. 205, deep threat, big body. I kind of like the pick there. You could also go Keon Coleman, another 6'4" receiver who's an explosive enough athlete to be playing punt returner. Wide receiver 1 and punt returner for the Florida State Seminoles this year. Again, what would you rather have? I think I'm going to pick the LSU guy, actually. Team him up with 2 more LSU dudes over there in Cincinnati, and they're going to get it on. Pause. Green Bay Packers at pick number 19. Fuaga is intriguing. So is Amarius Mims, who definitely could have gone at 18 to the Bengals, but they've shown that they don't really want to protect Joe Burrow, so that's where I went with that one. Fatanu definitely is an option as well. I don't know if Zach Tom can move over to the left side. He's been playing good at the right. I'm going to go Amarius Mims here. I think Bakhtiari has met his end, unfortunately. That sounded really bad. He's probably going to retire. If not this year, definitely next year. Have Amarius Mims come in, learn under Bakhtiari, and a good O-line coach over there in Green Bay. Zach Tom seems like he's got the right side locked down. Then you put Elton Jenkins next to Mims when he eventually comes in. Maybe Bakhti starts next year. He gets hurt. Mims comes in, gets the playing time. However it wants to really play out, I think Amarius Mims, he's a huge, I think he's 6'6", isn't he? 6'7". Yeah, 6'7", 340. That's a big human being. And they need some blocking out there in Green Bay to help out Jordan Love, who was just beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at pick number 20 here. I love Baker Mayfield, actually, in that offense. And they need corner help badly. Didn't really show this week, but I mean, Jordan Love still kind of tore him up a little bit. Just made some bad decisions at the end. Taron Arnold is the easy pick here for me. Maybe try and keep Mike Evans around. I'm sure he wouldn't mind sticking around in Tampa Bay, but you still have Chris Godwin there. I don't think wide receiver is a huge need. Probably the next biggest need outside of secondary edge for the Bucs, but we'll go Taron Arnold there at pick number 20. Pick number 21, Indianapolis Colts. They could go receiver, they could go D-line, they could go secondary. Cooper DeJean is still here. He's a pretty spicy player. I mean, edge isn't that big of a... It's not a big, I guess, positive or strength, you could say, for the Colts. And Trice is sitting here. I think we're gonna go Cooper DeJean. I mean, he can play anywhere really in the secondary slot, outside safety, wherever you want to put him, and he'll thrive. You can put him at punt returner, which I would not do, but he's just a really good player. Could have won cornerback of the year in college football this year. Maybe he should have. For some people, there's the pick. He stays in the Midwest. As we go to pick number 22, still in the Midwest, Minnesota Vikings. This is where I could see a Bo Nix or a J.J. McCarthy come off the board. I think either one of those guys in this O'Connell offense could really do something and be better long-term than Kirk Cousins, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, whoever the fuck starts next year. I am not a huge fan of McCarthy. I'm going to go Bo Nix here. I think it just makes too much sense to just get a guy for 5 years under O'Connell. Maybe Bo Nix doesn't even start, but he definitely can immediately for you over there in Minnesota and be just fine with those weapons. Just re-sign Justin Jefferson if you're the Vikings. because you'd be stupid not to. Pick number 23, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and secondary, linebacker, interior O-line, interior D-line even. It's not like Cameron Hayward's getting any younger. That actually could leave the door open for old Tavondre Sweat, who they have listed at 69. Nice. Or Leonard Taylor, Chris Jenkins. Nah. I actually have no idea where to go here. I had to make sure. Broderick Jones is on the right side, and that's where Fuaga plays. Do you think you could move him over? Either Fuaga or even Fatanu? I'm going to go upside. Talise Fuaga. Maybe you can move him to left, or maybe you move Broderick Jones to the left and lock down that O-line for the foreseeable future over there in Pittsburgh. Pick number 24, the Houston Texans. I still love pairing up Emeka again with CJ Stroud. However, they could use a big-time run stopper as well as someone who can get to the quarterback from the inside. And I think that guy is going to be Tavondre Sweat. And they also might be able to get a receiver for CJ Stroud or at least another weapon later on. Tavondre Sweat he should be an immediate impact player for whatever team he goes to. Pick number 25, Kansas City Chiefs. Deion Coleman, A.D. Mitchell. Starting to creep into my mind here a little bit. They need someone who's actually reliable outside of Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. And I really like A.D. Mitchell in that offense, actually. And I think that's where we're going to go here. Maybe a little early for some people. I think A.D. Mitchell is incredible. I thought he was at Georgia as well, and he backed it up in Texas with maybe not the best season, but he showed why he should be and could be a day one pick over there at Texas. Pick number 26, Jacksonville Jaguars. Braylon Trice just seems just like a really good pick. Josh Allen doesn't really feel like they're going to pay him, even though he's an incredible edge defender. Forces a lot of forced fumbles, and he gets to the quarterback. He can stop the run. He's athletic, but they're not going to re-sign him because that's what Duval does for some reason. So Braylon Trice, super athletic, productive edge rusher out of UW, comes in to replace him across from Trayvon Walker. So pick number 27, Detroit Lions. Secondary, man. Good Lord. And to me, this is between Lassiter, Mitchell, or probably one of these three in King, Bullock, or Newton. I think I'm just going to go Kamari Lassiter. I just think he's probably the best fit. He's aggressive, lengthy, can play on the outside for you. Probably needs to bulk up a little bit at 180, but he'll be just fine. And Detroit finally gets some good and talented cornerback help. Pick number 28, Philadelphia Eagles, who lost tonight. It is so funny watching them lose, dude. I mean, watching Nick Sirianni just pout at the podium after the game, I loved every second of it. And if you're an Eagles fan, don't be offended. I'm a Giants fan, so I know you hate or love it when Dable has to sit up there or Daniel Jones. So wide receiver should not be a need for them. Linebacker and DB should be a need for them. And I don't know if you take a linebacker this high. If you do, it's probably Edgerrin Cooper. Maybe Junior Colson's in that conversation. Jeremiah Trotter, I thought, could still be a day one pick. Peyton Wilson's good. I think he returned to school, actually. I don't think he's actually on or he's not declaring for the NFL draft. So it's either Cooper or Trotter for me and maybe Junior Colson. But we're going to go secondary. I think secondary drops off a significant amount. And Quinion Mitchell could definitely be the pick here. I think he will be put on a lot of people's radars at the combine. I still think Kalen King's really good. What fits that defense more? I mean, Matt Patricia was calling damn plays tonight. We're going to go Quinion Mitchell here at 28. No explanation. They need cornerback help. Pick number 29, the Miami Dolphins. I think this falls perfectly for them. Um, it's going to be Graham Barton. He has guard tackle flexibility at the NFL level. That's exactly what they need. A guard or a tackle, mainly interior, but I think he could be just fine at the guard. Played right tackle at Duke this year. I think it was right tackle. It might have been left. And was outstanding when he was actually on the field. Pick number 30, the Dallas Cowboys, who got curb stomped by, I still can't believe that, by the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I can't believe it. Buffalo Bills are a good team, and they've just had kind of an unfortunate season. Hard schedule, inconsistent, but this isn't their pick. It is the Cowboys' pick, and I think they could use a lot of different things. They still have shown that they cannot stop the run. And having a guy like Leonard Taylor, who was inconsistent at times, but he showed flashes of being able to stop the run and rush the passer from his interior spot, is something that they do not have outside of maybe Odigizua, if you want to put him in there. But he does not have the talent of a Leonard Taylor. Leonard Taylor, sorry. And that's where we're going to go here at pick number 30. 31 is the Niners. Get a right tackle. Jordan Morgan. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. And if you don't go there, go corner if the talent is still there. Pick number 32, I think, is going to be another corner. And it is going to be a Kalen King from Penn State University for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know. It seems it kind of just seems like a Ravens pick, doesn't it? Kalen King. So that's where we're gonna go. And now to the second round, we will speed things up here a little bit. Panthers. Holy hell! Get that man some actual weapons. And it's between one of these two, like Buka or Coleman. And if Adam Thielen stays there, which I imagine he will. Okay, so Thielen's on a 3-year contract. I know he's not long term, but Igbuka, I do believe, can play on the outside. No, I'm going Igbuka. True separator. I know Keon Coleman can separate. Igbuka is a true route runner and can separate consistently. And that's what Bryce Young needs. 34 Patriots. Took Jaden Daniels. They could use some offensive line help, and there's actually some pretty good offensive line talent still here. I'm going Troy Fatanu out of UW. No explanation needed again. Pick number 35, the Arizona Cardinals. They went Marvin Harrison, or I guess we did. Marvin Harrison, I think. Oh, wait, they had 2 picks. So Dallas Turner. Ooh. That is pretty spicy. I think there's still some cornerback talent here that we could dig into. And that would be TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. Athleticism. It's about all that needs to be said. Pick number 36, Washington Commanders. Went quarterback. And I think we're also going to go offense again here in Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma. His stock has really risen this year. I think he might sneak into the first round, actually, by the end of it. 37, Chargers. Got Brock Bowers in the first round. You really need cornerback help. These corners are going to start flying here. We're going to go Josh Newton here. Had first round hype at the start of the year. I think he still deserves first round hype. So you get him here at 37. That's a pretty damn good value pick if you're the Chargers. Pick number 38. This one from the Montez Sweat trade. Should be the Bears, but it is the Commanders. And I think you got to replace those 2 guys you got rid of. And Braswell, Ellis, or Tuamalu or Tuamoloau. Pretty good selection. I'm gonna go JT though. I think he's got a way higher upside than the other two. Even though maybe the other two have more production, I think JT will be better in the long run. Pick number 39 is the Green Bay Packers from the New York Jets. And this could be where the first running back goes off the board. I don't know what the contract situation is with Aaron Jones. This could be where he goes. I'm not going to choose that, though. I think you probably need a little bit more help in the secondary. Kalen Bullock can be that. He can be the over the top when you bring Savage down, maybe, or you can run too high with those two. Bullock has a ton of speed, a ton of athleticism. In my eyes, he's the best ball hawk safety in this class. Enough said. Pick 40, my New York Giants back up here. We took Malik Neighbors in the first round. You still got Penix and McCarthy sitting here. Oh, I don't like McCarthy, but it's definitely a possibility. So is an offensive lineman. Our interior is still horrible. Haynes could definitely be there. BB. Cohen could have at the start of the year, not anymore, I don't think. I said the corners are going to start flying, and I think they are. Man. So Daniel Jones, in my eyes, I think, at least in this, is going to get another year, which is kind of crazy. We don't know the future of Xavier McKinney, though. Maybe we take a lot of people's top safety in Cam Kitchens here at 40. 41 is the Titans, and I really like a receiver here, actually. Franklin, Walker, Coleman. I'm actually going to go Keon Coleman here. Falls to the second at 41. What a value pick there for the Titans. Pick number 42 is the Las Vegas Raiders. They did not take a QB in the first round. We went interior with Johnny Newton, I believe. So I think we're going to go J.J. McCarthy here. Higher upside than Penix. You can have him develop. Maybe you start the year with Aiden O'Connell or Jimmy G again, whatever the hell you want to do. And then you go to J.J. McCarthy. Pick number 43. Here's your quarterback, Falcons fans. It is going to be Michael Penix Jr., and that's a pretty damn good quarterback to be going at 43. He's just got too many injury concerns. He's a fifth-year senior, maybe even six. He's like 23 going into this, so that's what's going to kind of shy teams away. Still a really good quarterback. He's better than Desmond Ridder, that's for damn sure. So Falcons end up with Chop Robinson and Michael Penix Jr. That's a pretty good draft there. 44 is the Philadelphia Eagles. This is where the first linebacker's coming off for me. I had people saying, hey, Eagles don't need a linebacker. Yeah, you guys are idiots. You guys do not watch. You're ignorant. I don't know what you're talking about. Eagles need linebackers. They are signing Zach Cunningham. How old is he? Shaq Leonard. How old is he? I don't know. Where's the Georgia linebacker? I forgot his name. A couple years ago, fell into the third round, whatever. I don't care. You need a linebacker. And that's coming from a Giants fan. I don't want to see you succeed, but your linebacking core sucks. And so does your secondary, which I also took in a previous draft, mock draft, and I got shit on for it from Eagles fans as well. So how does it look now? Pick 45 is my New York Giants. Go Big Blue. We have shored up the secondary a little bit. We got a playmaker for Daniel Jones. And you know what? Azeez Ojulari, he kind of gets injured a decent amount. Chris Braswell played alongside of Dallas Turner, but he's a damn good prospect himself, good athlete. He can get after the quarterback as well. And then it gives Kayvon Thibodeau someone across from him consistently. That's not, Jahad Ward. um, who actually has like Braswell has pass rush upside, and Aziz does too, but he just gets injured too much. Um, we need edge depth badly, so we come out of this scenario with a good amount of it with Chris Braswell. Pick number 46, Los Angeles Rams. Secondary, where are they at? I said they were going to start flying. This one is going to be Denzel Burke. That's pretty good value, actually. So you end up with Latu and Burke there as if you're the Rams, and I would take it. Sure up that defense, man, because oh my, you got holes everywhere. Pick number 47, the Houston Texans. No Emeka Egbuka, but you could take the second tight end off the board in a JT Sanders or maybe a Cade Stover if you want to go that route. I think they should sign Dalton Schultz. You could also use some linebacker help. Got interior D line help with Tavondre Sweat. Oh, baby. Where do we go here? Patrick Paul is still sitting here. That's actually kind of wild that I've had him fall this far. Nico, Tank Dell, Troy Franklin. All right, that's what we're going to go with. Pick number 48. This is where Patrick Paul is going to go. Yeah, pretty much. Pick number 49, Buffalo Bills. Win secondary with Nate Wiggins. Might go secondary again. Jordan Poyer's getting pretty old. Rod Moore's sitting here. Tyler Nubin. Javon Bullard. We're going to go Tyler Nubin and really shore up the back end of this Bills defense for the long term. And, yeah, Tyler Nubin, he's really good. Really good player out of Minnesota. So I'd be happy if I was a Bills fans with this so far. Pick number 50 is the Cincinnati Bengals. We went Brian Thomas, I believe, in the first. Could use some O-line help, though. Kingsley, long name that starts with an S. I think it's Sua Mataya. I think that's a good pick here. Developmental tackle. Showed some inconsistencies this year, but does have a real amount of upside. And the Bengals really still need somehow O-line help. Pick number 51. This is the Packers' actual second round pick, I believe. Yes. They should be farther down than this, actually. They should be in like the 45 to 49 range, I would think. Because they're 6-8, 7-7. I don't know. But regardless, we went tackle in the first, Bullock in the second so far. And I think with this year's kind of been unlucky because Eric Stokes has basically been out the entire year. You could go corner here. I don't know if you want to take a chance on a Kalen Carson or a DJ James right here. Kyrie Jackson even. Chris Abrams Drain. Sanders still. But even Shao Smith Wade I really like. But that's just because I'm a Cougs fan, man. Again, I think this could be the first running back. I think we've seen now Aaron Jones. He's been injured a lot the last 2 seasons. And Trey Benson is my RB1. And I think that's where I'm going to go. He's a mix of power that A.J. Dillon has, but also explosiveness. And, oh, wait, actually, no. No. I take everything I just said back. Byron Murphy. No, I take that back. I don't know where I'm going with this pick. That's what I've come to. Because James, Carson, even Pritchett, Kyrie Jackson, those are all good options. Even Drain. Shao Smith Wade, Jabbar Muhammad, Tony Grimes. Those guys aren't going to be this high, though. Oh, my God. What have I done to myself? I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to go more young receiving talent. Just kidding. I'm actually going to go Trey Benson. I think long term, he's a better option than both A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. So kind of just a fun pick there at 51. 52, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You don't really have. I mean, you do in Trey Palmer, but they haven't used him a ton. A deep threat, like a guy that Xavier Worthy can give you. Um, could also go edge. Um, Jonah Ellis or Sawyer, Gabriel Murphy, Kamara. We're gonna go Jonah Ellis here. I think they could use someone. Joe Tryon, Sharinka has not really panned out the way they wanted. Ellis is a high motor, really productive guy out of Utah. So we'll go edge there for the Buccaneers as pick 53. Indianapolis Colts back up. And actually, they kind of hate to see that happen right in front of them. However, I think they could use some more receiving talent. Xavier Worthy here for me at 53 is just that. 54 for the Minnesota Vikings. Secondary. Harrison Smith is getting older, so you could look into a Bullard or Rod Moore. I'm actually gonna go Kyrie Jackson here. I know he might have slipped on a couple people's boards, but I still think he's a really good player. He's huge. He's like 6'3", I think. Yeah, 6'3", 195. Transfer from Alabama. Had a great season in Oregon and could be very useful in that Brian Flores defense. 55 for the Steelers. This could be another corner. But it could also be linebacker, and that's where I'm going to go. And it's going to be Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who I believe actually might have played for the Steelers. Jeremiah Trotter Sr., that is. Don't know that for a fact, but I do know Sr. played in the NFL back in his days as the Cleveland Browns' first pick here. Wide receiver as a need, kind of interesting when you have Cooper, Elijah Moore. I guess you don't have DPJ anymore, but you do have Njoku, Nick Chubb, Jerome Ford, Kareem Hunt. You got weapons regardless. I don't think wide receivers an immediate need. Interior D line though could be. This is where we're gonna go Byron Murphy. I know some people may think why not Chris Jenkins. I just think Murphy has a higher upside. And he played. Him and Sweat absolutely wreaked havoc on that Texas defensive line. It was incredible to watch. Pick number 57. We're going to go for the full Tony trade away here. No, I'm kidding. I think they could use some help on the back end. And we're going to go Javon Bullard here for the Chiefs. 58 for the Jags. Might be DB again here. Actually, no. I'm going to go on the interior of this O-line. Yeah, no, they don't really have a guy, in my eyes, better than JPJ here from Oregon, and that's where we're going to go. That interior of the O-line for the Jacksonville Jaguars definitely needs some help. Keep Trevor Lawrence on his feet. Don't let his ankles be snapped in half, please, because he is a fantastic player to watch. But Jackson Powers Johnson can definitely help that. Pick number 59 here for the good old Detroit Lions. And definitely could use some interior help on both sides of the line. Could be Christian Haynes, Cooper Beebe maybe. Because left guard, Jonah Jackson. That's not like a for sure lockdown position right now. Beebe could definitely take over. It'd be a cheaper option. So would Haynes. And you know they love to run that football. So I'm going to go Cooper Beebe here. Might be unpopular, but I think he can play right, left, guard, maybe even center. If Glasnow goes, or not Glasnow, Ragnow goes down. So I guess we'll see. Didn't really know where else to go there. I could have gone DB again, but didn't want to be that boring. Pick number 60 for the Philadelphia Eagles here. We got you a linebacker. We got you a corner. And maybe now you can go and get your little receiver if you really want. Um, they could use some interior O line help as well. Just saying. Um, Not like you got that locked down forever with good old Jason Kelsey possibly retiring. Ladd McConkey also just kind of feels like an Eagles guy. So, sure, we'll go Ladd McConkey. Why not? Pick number 61. Um, I'm going to take the second tight end off the board here, and it's going to be JT Sanders. So that offense just gets even scarier. Uber athletic tight end out of Texas to add to Tyreek Hill, Mostert, A-Chain, and Waddle. I mean, that is absurd over in South Beach. Pick number 62 for the Cowboys. This could also be linebacker, I think. Marquise Bell and not Curse. I don't even know. But Van Der Esch has been down all year, and they have missed him dearly. And we're actually going to go Junior Colson here to shore up that linebacking group because I believe Van Der Esch went down with another neck injury. That's like his second or third of his career, so you never know what could happen, all right? That's all I'm going to say. 63 for the Niners. We shored up that O-line, so go get yourself a good corner, and we're actually going to go Kalen Carson here out of Wake Forest to do so. Pick number 64. Kalen King. All right, just making sure. In the first, definitely could be receiver. OBJ is only on a 1 year. Burton, Leggett, Polk, all falling here. McMillan, Johnny Wilson. Look, this is a studded wide receiver group. I would not be surprised if these guys fall, all right? You have Bateman over there who's been constantly injured, though. Flowers has looked like the first round part to this point. OBJ has looked like himself again. I am going to go Xavier Leggett here, though. Or Leger. I don't know. Actually, I think it's Leggett, though. Leggetti, whatever, spaghetti. And that will be the draft. 2 rounds. Bit of a longer one. I hope you guys stuck around. It got a little wild. I said it would, and it did. But just given some, different viewpoints. Does Drake May fall to 4? Probably not. But look, things happen in the draft that get crazy. So hope you guys enjoyed. This will probably be the last mock draft until the end of this season, but wanted to get this one out because I haven't done one in a while, and I said I would on Twitter. Go follow me at Rossi on YT on Twitter. Get updates whenever I upload. And the Knicks just won. New York Knicks, baby. Let's go. Fuck the Lakers. If you want to see some NBA videos, maybe let me know in the comments. But this is not NBA. This is NFL. Hope you guys enjoyed this latest 2-round mock draft. Like I said, it got wild. All right, I know. So more Bears franchise as well on the way. Be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.